We are discussing about compressible flows. In previous lecture, we studied some theoretical concepts of stagnation properties, discussing about stagnation enthalpy, isentropic stagnation state, stagnation temperature, dynamic temperature, stagnation pressure, or energy balance for a single steam steady flow devices. Here in this lecture, we will apply what we learned in previous lecture to solve some related problems. So let's start. The statement of the problem is an aircraft is flying at a speed of 250 meter per second at an altitude of 5000 meter where the atmospheric pressure is 54.05 kilopascal and the ambient temperature of air is 255.7 Kelvin. The ambient air is first decelerated in a diffuser before it enters the compressor. Assuming both the diffuser and the compressor to be an isentropic, determine the stagnation pressure at the compressor inlet and the required compressor work per unit mass if the stagnation pressure ratio of the compressor is 8. First, we have to study the problem carefully and try to draw some graphical illustration or sketch of the problem. The problem is an aircraft is flying at a speed of 250 meter per second at an altitude of 5000 meter where the atmospheric pressure is 54.05. The atmospheric pressure is 54.05 or the speed is 250 meter per second. And the ambient temperature is the other parameter given in this problem is the ambient temperature, that is 255.7 Kelvin. The ambient air is first decelerated in a diffuser. It's actually decelerated in a diffuser before entering into the compressor as shown in this figure. What we have to assume both the diffuser and the compressor to be an isentropic and determine the stagnation pressure and the compressor inlet, stagnation pressure at compressor inlet and the required compressor work per unit mass if the stagnation pressure ratio of the compressor is 8. High-speed air enters the diffuser and the compressor of an aircraft. The stagnation pressure of air and the compressor work input are to be determined. It has been assumed that both the diffuser and the compressor are isentropic and the air is an ideal gas with constant specific heats at room temperature. We have to consult steam table A2 for the constant pressure, specific heat Cp and the specific heat ratio K of air at room temperature. For the case of air, the value of Cp and K can be seen from table A2. Table A2 actually contains the data of ideal gas specific heats of various common gases. For air, the value of Cp is 1.005 and the value of K, that is actually specific heat ratio, is equal to 1.4. To determine stagnation pressure at the compressor inlet under isentropic conditions, first we need to find the stagnation temperature at the compressor inlet. So to find this, we have to use the equation of stagnation temperature, that is T naught is equal to T1 plus V square over 2 Cp. Here in this equation, T naught actually represents the stagnation temperature at the compressor inlet. In the same way, T1 is the static temperature or the temperature of air entering into the diffuser. V1 actually the velocity of air entering in the diffuser. In the same way, Cp represents the constant pressure specific heat that we see from the steam table 2a. After putting all the values in this equation, we can easily find out the stagnation temperature. The important thing is that we have to convert the unit of kilojoule per kg per Kelvin to meter square per second square. We have simply to multiply this equation with the 1000. After simplification, the final answer, that is stagnation temperature, is equal to 286.8 Kelvin. After determining or calculating the stagnation temperature, now we can easily find out the stagnation pressure by using the equation of stagnation pressure, that is P naught is equal to P1 T naught over T1 power K over K minus 1. We also see the value of K from table, that is K actually the heat capacity ratio, or we can say that the specific heat ratio. We know the value of P1. Here is the value of P1 given, also given in the statement. We determined the stagnation pressure from by using these equation, the equation of stagnation temperature. The value of T1, that is actually the temperature of the air entering the diffuser, is also given in the statement. After simplification or putting these values in the equation, we can determine the value of stagnation pressure, that is equal to 80.77 kilopascal. Actually, now we can say that the temperature of air would increase by 31.1 degree C. Actually, first the temperature of air, that is 255.7 Kelvin. After passing through the diffuser before entering the compressor, the temperature of air goes to 286.8 Kelvin. In the same way, the value of pressure is increased by 26.72 kilopascal as air is decelerated from 250 meter per second to zero velocity. These increase in the temperature and pressure of air are due to the conversion of the kinetic energy into enthalpy. In part B, we have to determine the compressor work. To determine the compressor work, we need to know the stagnation temperature of air at the compressor exit. The stagnation pressure ratio across the compressor is specified to be 8, that is given in the problem. Since the compression process is assumed to be an isentropic, the stagnation temperature at compressor outlet can be determined by using the equation of an isentropic relation of stagnation temperature, that is T naught at compressor outlet is equal to T naught 1, T naught 2, actually the temperature at compressor outlet, it's the stagnation temperature. In the same way, T naught 1 is the stagnation temperature of air entering in the compressor. In the same way, P naught 2 or P naught 1 represents the stagnation pressure at the compressor outlet and compressor inlet. After putting all the values in this equation, the final answer, that is the stagnation temperature at the compressor outlet, is equal to 519.5 Kelvin. We already determined the stagnation temperature at compressor inlet, that was 286.8 Kelvin. Now to determine the compressor work, we have to write the energy balance equation, that is expressed as Q in minus Q out plus W in minus W out is equal to Cp T02 minus T01 plus G Z2 minus Z1. Disregarding the potential energy changes and heat transfer to the compressor, the equation reduces to W in is equal to Cp T02 minus T01. Actually, in our case, there is no increase in the potential energy at point 1 and 2. So this term becomes 0. In the same way, there is no involvement of heat transfer. So these terms are also becomes 0. No work output involved in this problem. So the final equation reduces to W in is equal to Cp T02 minus T01. After putting the values or simplification, the value of W in is equal to 233.9. Thus the work supplied to the compressor is 233.9. Here I am giving some problems related to the topic for practice or better understanding of the topic. Students should have to practice these problems. In this lecture, we solve a problem using the general relations for compressible flows encountered when gases flow at high speed. Thank you for your concentration.